I'm Perry and I live on a 55-foot narrowboat. I weave and run the odd gel plate printing workshop. I also print my own papers and my own fabrics where I'll make lampshades out of and things. I have an allotment which I'm absolutely useless at, and this is my life in a teacup. Well, this morning I've got my loom out. Excuse me. You know what I mean. Yeah, so look, I've got my loom out. It's my rigid heddle loom. So all the wool goes through here and then ties onto the back bar with these and then comes forward to here. And this is the area where you do all the weaving. It's been that long, I can't remember how to use it. I mean, I know how to weave and I know how to put the wool through there, but I can't remember what to do with those bits. I'm going to have to go on YouTube. Isn't that terrible? I did it for years and now all of a sudden I can't remember. I think it's time for a cup of tea. Well, hello peeps. Well, let me have that cup of tea that I just said I was going to make. How are you all? I hope you're really well. I hope everybody's okay. Wherever you are in the world, I'm not quite sure, but the weather has changed here for the better. So it's warming up, it's lightening up, and the snow and ice has gone. Whether it's coming back, I don't know. I know in parts of the world, like Los Angeles and everything, they're having the most horrendous time. But anyway, I just hope you're all well and safe wherever you are. Yeah, so as you know, I used to weave. I taught myself how to weave it during lockdown and it became a little business for about a year or so, which was great. And I made hundreds of wraps and bed runners and throws and things and loved it. But of course, with me, you know, I get a bit fed up, so I sort of stopped after a while. But one of my old customers, she messaged me literally just before Christmas and said, would I do her a wrap? She wants it in the next week or so because she's graduating. She's a slightly older student and she's graduating, and I think it's wonderful because she's asked for me to make one of her wraps to go with her outfit that she's wearing. So I think that's fabulous. And yeah, I've started. Well, when I say I started, like I said, I stood there looking at the blinking thing and I thought, well, I just went blank. So I did go onto YouTube. And as soon as I saw, I thought, yes, turn YouTube off. And I cracked on. And then it came to another part. And I'm thinking, no, you have to thread it through a heddle. And I'll show you that in a sec. But you thread it through a heddle. And you're supposed to thread it through the down slots, not the little eyes. And I was threading through the down slots and the little eyes. And I'm doing it thinking, this is not right. It can't be right. So I went back onto, no, I didn't go back onto YouTube. I tell a lie. I zoomed in on some of my old work that I've sort of photographed in the past and I could see where I was going wrong. Do you know what? That all took me nearly an hour to fathom out, you know. So I made a cup of tea and all was best in the world. Anyways. Right, bear with. I'll just stop this and then I'll show you what I've done. It's easier that way. I can't turn the camera around. You know, I'm useless at that sort of thing. So I'll be back in a sec. So here it is, or it's not fully done. So what I've done is I have threaded all the wool through these slots, okay? And then in a minute, what I've got to do, you see the little holes here? I've got to pick up one of these from the back, thread it through the hole, and then bring it and tie it onto here. But like I said, I'll run a little video. So I've done what they call the back bar, okay? So everything's rolled onto the back bar, and we put this paper here to keep the wool as you roll it onto the back bar, because there's a little roller there that where you turn it, it keeps the wool from sticking to each other. So you roll the paper. This is the rigid heddle here, okay? And then you bring it down. My carpet won't hoover in, I think it does. So this is hanging down here at the moment, but like I said, eventually it will come and be on this back bar, as they call it. And then once all that is done, I will start to weave. And it will be something like you've seen before, like this. This is mine. I mean, I've had this years. It's an old throw that I made. So that's the sort of patterns I do. They're very simple. And I have shown you this before. So I shall get cracking on that this afternoon after I've been sort of finished doing what I'm doing. So that's as far as I've got. And like I said, attached to this, I will put a little, hold on a second, my little, what they call, the back roller has just popped out of its slot, as it were. There you go. Oh, it's not... Sorry, this is a bit boring because you don't really know what I'm doing, do you? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I'm going to crack on with that. And like I said, as well as my a little montage I'll attach to this is, I'll show you how this operates. It's very simple. This whole thing that I've got is called a harp loom, and I've got it on a stand. You don't have to have the stand, you can put it on a table, but it actually folds in half whilst your wool is on the loom. So let's say, for example, like when I finish later on, you know, I think like I've done enough for today, and I obviously, room, as you know, is a premium when you live on a narrowboat. I don't want it sat here all night when I'm trying to watch television, or just getting in the way when I want to go down to the log burner and load that up with logs and coal and things. So this actually folds in half and you can store it away. It also breaks down. You can store it when it folds in half. It's got a carry bag, so I can store it in its own carry bag. And the weave actually stays. You don't have to take it off or do anything. It stays on the loom, and it folds sort of, like say it's like that at the moment. It folds that way, and then that just goes into a lovely big long zip up bag, so you can keep it dust free, keep it, you know, from getting damaged or anything. And then tomorrow when I start again, I should just unfold it, stick it on its stand, and off I go. So yeah, it's called a Kromsky, and it's a great bit of kit. And even though I haven't used it for a while, I have to say I would never get rid of it. I did sell my, I don't know if I said this to you before, I can't remember, but I had a e-spinner that I bought to spin wool, to make what they call art yarn. I've had it 2 years, I think. I used it maybe twice, and I managed to sell it and managed to get most of my money back because it was very expensive. So maybe another time, you know, I might get another one, but I would never get rid of the loom. I must admit, I've got this one and I've got a smaller one that I make scarves on. So, and I keep threatening that I'll start it again along with the lampshade. Oh, talking of lampshades, look at this. What do you think of this one? So this is a little bit different. So it's sort of panelled and it's got those funny little designs on, and it's interesting. I'll show you what I made those with. Hold on, bear with me a sec. Where is it? This is an old. It's a paper, like a paper rose, but it's not made out of paper. It's made out of foam, I think they call it. Can you see? So that, and I haven't done this. What I've done is I've done it on the gel plate, and then press the fabric onto the gel plate to, you know, to reveal the pattern that you've got there. And then there's another one that side as well, slightly different. And it's all lined and everything, so that will probably go up for sale soon. So yes, I did that one. I've still got a few more of those to do, but obviously because I've got this order, I have to crack on with this throw. And it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. And I will, before I send it off to my client, I will photograph it and let you see it. So what else? Oh, some of the little montage I'll put alongside this. I went to, now where did I go? I met my friend Gail. Hi Gail. As we meet up, we try and meet up because we live far apart now. We try and meet up, you know, once a month. Mind you, even when I live closer to her, we still sort of saw each other about once a month, and we'd always do lunch and find somewhere different to go every time. I can't think. Oh, Cirencester. That's where we went. Cirencester. I think that was last week sometime. And thoroughly enjoyed it. I do like Cirencester. So we had a wander around there and had some lunch and just, you know, talk for England like we usually do. We never shut up. And then my other friend Kath, you hear me talk about, I went to see her last week. We met in the middle because Kath lives up in Long Eaton and I'm in Warwickshire, and we found a sort of central point and we met in the middle and then went to wander around. I can't remember the name. My memory's terrible, isn't it? I think it's not because I've got terrible memories, because I don't take note. I don't apply to detail, even though I do this and I do my artwork and everything. There's certain things I just don't apply to detail. Anyway, we went to some big garden centre, stately home sort of thing near Derby, I think it was, and that was really nice. And I took some photographs, so I'll just, when I take the photographs, I'll say where it is, but I'll pop that alongside and with a tiny little video of the next step in doing my weaving. And I think really that's all to say. It's very quick, very short, this one. I just wanted to say hi because it's been a while, and see what else I can come up. Well, the next thing, you'll see this as a finished item. And someone did say to me, why didn't I do little... Do you know, I'm really sorry. I quietly belched. So, do you know, I'm terrible. I'm chatting away and I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing, so I do apologise. There's always something wrong with my stomach, and I'm always too, like, rumble hungries or whatever the case may be. I've just eaten, that's probably what it is. So yes, someone did mention why didn't, maybe it might be nice if I showed a gel plate printing process, which I will do. You know, I'll do it another time, definitely. So yeah, I will see you guys soon. You take care. Stay safe and warm. These lovely lighter evenings, as I said, it's all happening now. Spring will soon be here. Time for rebirth. See you later. Bye. Okay, so I'll just go through. I've already pulled a few through here. What I'm doing now is I'm making, they call it a shed. I mean, I'm not a very, very experienced weaver. My weave is very plain and simple, and I've not gone to any classes or anything like that. I don't belong to any guilds, because I do this as a very simple, plain little hobby business that I do. And like I said, I haven't done it for a long time, so some of the terminology I might not get right. I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, as long as it comes out lovely, that's all that matters. So we have these slots here, and then next to them, I don't know if you can see on this, I'm not quite sure if you can see, but there's a little just a tiny little hole. So you've got your slot here, and there's a tiny little slot just here, like a little eyelet, for want of a better word. And what you have to do is, whilst most of them are now just in the slot, the wool is just threaded through the slots, I now have to take the wool, and as much as I've got the ones in the slots there, I have to take wool from the back and pull it through so it's in the little eyelets and it doesn't go anywhere. And then when you're weaving, it creates, as you're going, you can imagine, I'm sure some of you have seen sort of weaving done, you know, it's going sort of up and down like this. It creates this gap here, and that's known as the shed, okay? And I have my I don't know what it's called. I call it my stick, but it's got a proper name. This is it, okay, here, this thing here. And that's when I'm weaving, and you're taking, this will be wrapped in wool. I'll show you, I might make another video and show you that. And that has to go through the shed, okay? So it goes through the shed, out the other end, and then you bring this down, put it back, and then you pop through again the same way. And when you move this, you have to move it up and down, and that makes these pieces of these pieces of wool, you know what I mean, they sort of go up and down, and that's the shed. So I'll just show you. So these are the ones I've already pulled through. So here we go. Look, the next two are in a slot, and they have to go through into the little hole. So I just grab you can sort of work that through and try and fish it, but I'd rather just take it off, put that through, and then wind, and then pop that on the little hook, you see, and bring it through. So I'll do the next one, pull it out, put my little hook in. This is a bendy, I've got a proper one, but I can't find it anywhere. It's surprising how much stuff you lose on a narrowboat, but you do always find it in the end somewhere stupid, but usually. So there we go again. See, there's those two that are in the slot. Take one out, and then feed it back through again, but this time it goes into the little hole. Right, I'll do one more because I don't want to bore the pants off you guys. Just said, so take that one up, put it through on its little slot, and pull it through. So I have to do that all the way along. So now you can see I've got these that are sort of here, and I've got these that are movable up and down here, and I will do that all the way along here. And once that's done, I have to take them, top and bottom, together and tie them onto this is the back bar. This is this bit here. So they will eventually be tied on, tightened up, and then I'm ready to go to start weaving. So I hope that was all right. I'll see you again. Bye. Enjoy the montage. These are the hairs of Cirencester, and apparently this has become their symbol now, because in 1971 a Roman mosaic was discovered in the town down by the river Churn, and it's become their symbol.
So you'll see them everywhere. I love this little French truck as a cafe. It was great. And this is a shop that's got bronze hares in the window. It was a gallery. As I said, you'll see hares everywhere, and I believe they have a hare festival a couple of times a year, maybe. The place that I couldn't remember that I said I'd gone with Kath was Staunton Harold Hall. That was it, and I think it was Derbyshire. And this is the hall there with the church in the background. It was a beautiful day, as you can see. And after we'd had sort of lunch and coffee, we just went for a wander, really, and I just took a few of these little photographs. There you go. There's the church and the hall together. It's quite grand. I don't know why I took this photograph. It was something about it I liked, with the old rustic life ring. Majestic swan, there he is. And this was the drive looking down. No, that's not my van, coming into view. Beautiful swan family. They were fab. This was a clump of roots that you could sort of almost go into, but I couldn't get the picture properly. Look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? I used to keep chickens and would love to do so again one day. Bye.